Hello everybody, welcome back to SwitchWatch. James Romero here, and with me,
I'm Juan Romero.
We have been testing out arms. There's been the global Testpunch tonight. We stayed up, we've had a couple of beers, we've got the Nintendo Switch up and running, and we're going to tell you what we think about it.
Yeah, I mean, it was on here at 1 a.m. in the morning. We've stayed up so that we could especially play arms. And so far, if I'm going to give you one sentence about the game, from what we got to play, I believe it's fantastic.
I believe it's a knockout.
Oh, James, you're killing me, mate. You're killing me.
So look, the game, you know, this is how it went down, guys. The game, the test fire, you basically log in. We had one console between us, hooked up to the TV, and two pairs of Joy-Cons. We tested it out briefly in the single Joy-Con left and right mode, which was pretty cool, you know.
Yeah, I found that control method to be actually really good. The first method that the Testpunch allowed us to play was versus mode, so it was just James versus me, and we had a really good go at it. However, once we played that fight, what happened was it then launched into a sort of versus party mode, didn't it?
Yeah, it was pretty crazy for about 5 minutes. We literally had no idea what we were doing, because what had happened is we'd switched back to the dual Joy-Con per person mode and got thrust into a versus match and literally didn't know how to move, turn. But it just goes to show the game is intuitive, because we picked it up pretty quick.
Yeah, I mean, the instructions on the actual game, we had to go into that quickly just to look at, you know, how to punch, how to dodge, how to jump. And actually, the game is a lot deeper than what I thought, James. I thought it was going to be a really simple kind of, you know, like what came out on the Wii U that time, that boxing game on the Wii Sports or whatever it was, and that was it was okay, but I wasn't that excited about ARMS until I've just played it, and now I'm feeling really excited about the game.
Yeah, I worried that it was just going to be a bit of a gimmick. Any game where you pick up two Joy-Cons and you're punching with your right hand, your left hand, and you're double punching, these type of games can be a real gimmick. But it seems pretty deep. Seems like there's quite a bit there.
What I like about it is the fact that you can actually change your arms. So on the left arm, you can have a different weapon to on the right arm, or you can have both of the same weapon on both arms. Once we got into it, we actually got quite good. As you can see from the footage here, we actually got sort of over 35 points. We were doing really well. It thrust us into a tag team mode, where we had to work together, didn't we, to beat the opponents, and that worked really well. You're tied together with a piece of string, and you have to tell each other, move left, move right, dodge, you know, and we started to do really well in that, and I quite enjoyed that mode.
Yeah, it was good fun. One thing that struck out to me was we had an advantage because we're playing together.
Yes.
If you're playing online with a buddy, I think you really need to be getting yourself a headset.
Yeah, and I don't know how that's going to work, because, as you know, Nintendo don't really allow chat at the moment, so I don't know how that's going to work, because we are in the same premises. It was easy to talk to each other, and so we had quite an advantage there. We were able to actually, you know, teamwork really well. And defeat opponents. They thrust us into a volleyball mode. I wasn't keen,
but I did think it was good to be able to try something out where you had to have a bit more accuracy, and it was really about learning to turn and time your punches. So for that perspective, it was good. I don't know if this is one of the major modes in the game or not. I wouldn't necessarily play it a lot.
No, I think that was to, as you said, test your skill, test your accuracy of actually being able to punch the ball over the net. I think that's what that mode was all about. You know, it was a test fire, it was a global test, and at the end of the day they were testing the modes, and we didn't have any control over what mode we actually chose, did we?
No, that was quite good. You got to play 1-on-1, 2v1, bit of this mode. We also got to play a couple of other modes. They were pretty good. I mean, it was all right.
What I found quite funny is the fact that it was like being at school, because you couldn't play together all the time. So they'd actually split us up, and you'd have to join someone else, and that's where it became difficult, because you're playing with somebody that you didn't know, and that teamwork ethic that we had playing together was completely gone, because you didn't know what the other person was going to do.
The game's pretty physical. I found that actually it's quite cool. It's a bit of exercise.
Yeah, it really is. When you're holding those Joy-Cons and thrusting left and right punches, the game itself is actually quite physical, and you do build up a little bit of a sweat, which is good.
Yeah, I think it's got to be good. Get people off their backsides.
Yeah, absolutely. James, if we're looking at the game, I know we're previewing it at the moment, and we've had a real good hour with the game now. Looking forward, I mean, there's a couple more hours of the test fire that's going to happen, but looking forward to the release date, do you think this is a game that you would be able to sort of say, I really want to get this game?
It's interesting to me. What I don't know is the longevity of it. It seems like there's probably quite a lot of modes, there's quite a lot of characters, there's a lot of items. As we know, I'm the guy that loves strategy, RPG, detail.
Yeah.
So for me, this could be something that's fun for a weekend and an arcadey game, or this could be something that has a bit more to it. But I have to say, it was fun.
It was fun. I found that I really did enjoy the one-on-one mode a lot, but we didn't get much time with that mode. We only had a couple of battles. I would have loved to have played one-on-one against you, or against somebody online, to really test that mode out, because I think that's really where the meat and drink of the actual game is for me. Playing one-on-one against players online.
Yeah, I can see this game going down the route of getting competitive online, getting a rank, getting far in the game, unlocking stuff. On one hand, and on the other hand, I can see it being just something that you have a real laugh when your mates come around.
Yeah, absolutely. There's no doubt about it. For me, the game, in terms of control, was really cool, because you can use your Joy-Cons, you can use two Joy-Cons in the hands and actually throw physical punches, and you can use the Pro Controller, which I think is brilliant.
And let's talk about the Joy-Cons for a minute, because I was really impressed with the accuracy. Once we figured out the controls, I was really impressed that a slight steer to the left, or a punch with a bit of a twist to the right, it was accurate.
The motion controls in the Joy-Cons worked really well. Once you understood that a slight move to the left would move your character left, a slight move to the right with both Joy-Cons would move your character right, you can jump, you can dodge, you can punch at the same time as you jump.
Yeah.
There's so many combinations to this game. It's for me, I think there's a lot of depth in the fighting that people looking at this game, from the outside, like we did, let's be honest, we looked at this game and we thought, hang on, I don't think there's that much depth in this.
Yeah, I wasn't sure it was there. I'm still not 100% sure, but the gameplay is fun. There's no question of that. The gameplay itself is good.
Yeah.
That's for sure. It shows to me that you can see this is a Nintendo IP. You can see they've had time to get the controls right. You can see they put a lot of effort into it. You can see that actually they really want to make this a competitive game to compete with the likes of maybe Mario Kart and other games where they're multiplayer experiences.
Absolutely. I think the quality's there. Graphically, it looks really
it's great.
nice.
I love the colours. I think there's a lot on the screen.
Yeah.
There's the blocking. We didn't even talk about the blocking. The blocking's pretty cool.
Yeah.
We noticed a few times, guys, that actually me and Juan, before we picked up the blocking techniques, we were getting a bit owned. It's pretty tough. You need to be moving, weaving, ducking, dodging, diving, blocking. Yeah. If you're standing still, you're basically going to get battered.
Absolutely. We need to use that block. We do need to use that block for sure. But listen, guys, we had a lot of fun with this. I think that Nintendo are going to have a hit on their hands. That's what I believe. But we'll see when we review the game later on, when it's actually released. I think, James, you feel that it's a good game. We just need a bit more time with it. But look, it's Juan and James from SwitchWatch. We'll see you on the next video.
Yeah, thanks everyone. If you want to get your hands on a copy, we'll pop the link down below. If you like what you see and you want to get more content, please subscribe. It means the world to us. Hit that like button, and we'd like to hear your feedback as well. If you got to play, if you had a different opinion, let us know. Thanks a lot, and we'll see you again soon.
See you on the next one, guys.